Hey everybody, this is Eternal Dark Mako. We're gonna go to Nova Prime, and her name is Jealousy. Why? Because she makes the enemies green with envy. Ha ha ha. See? Green aura. Get it? So we got the cerata. I don't care if it's cerata, cerata. I'm calling it cerata. My furis, this is a different setup, but there's only one change, and the supra, which is I'm a fanboy of, and my roxa. Why? Because I like my dog and I don't mind it. I always bring it along with me. Now, the cerata is a dojo clan weapon, so if you are not in a dojo clan, you cannot build it. Now, I have Astral Twilight. Yes, it's a rare stance, but the trader can have it now, so don't get too scared about, oh, I'll never be able to get it for... Somebody tries to sell you this for something insane amount of plat, just ignore them. It's not worth that much anymore. Now, big part of this weapon I'm going to explain is its second attack, which is the pause, which when you do the final attack in that combo, it is a 200% slam buff. Now with Seismic Wave, which is what I'm planning to put onto this because I just recently formed it, and for some reason I can't do it. Seismic Wave adds 200% to that, so 400% on a slam attack, and on every slam attack, guaranteed. On that move, it just basically helps me along, and with 200% just roughly, it also helps with my little trick I found out with heavy impact and slam jumps. So I'll explain that. So once I get this up, I'll add the Seismic Wave in. You can add Punch through if you want. In all truth, the cerata does do a bounce, as Mogamu has stated, if you wanted to watch his videos. You can throw this out. It does bounce around, at least a little bit. And I do test this within a large group of enemies. So, I'm putting Seismic Wave. I may change that up every now and then to another system, but that's a corrosive spell. Now this Furis, what's different with it? I added ice and ammo. With just one mod. Yep. So, this is a lifesteal build. Think of it this way, every bullet you shoot gives you HP. So whereas on your squishy Warframes, you know, like Nova, you're very vulnerable and you kind of want to stay away. So if you do get hit, usually you're going to run and hide or try to get under some kind of cover. You can just lean out, shoot a couple bullets, get your HP back. It's pretty easy. And this deals 2000 corrosive and maxes out your HP and adds an HP buff to that. So why wouldn't you use it? It's a useful little thing. This is the heart of Furis, why the Furis is great. This is why I really wish there was a Prisma Furis. It does not work with the dual Furises, so if anybody's wondering that, you can check that on Wikipedia. It does not work. So Seeker plus multi-shot is essential for this. Why? One bullet becomes 3 that punch through multiple enemies. More chances to get HP. So every time you cause damage, you get HP. It's not kill, it's damage. Super hasn't changed. Now, I don't like using the same weapon on every Warframe, but the Supra works great with Nova Prime in terms with my antimatter absorb, and I will explain how this works. Let's go to Nova Prime. So I have a heavy impact on, as you can see. This is what I call my standard Nova Prime build, the normal one I run with. You know, high duration, good amount of damage, some rage. Let's go. This is like my mid-ground, and here's a speed Nova. For those of you who don't understand speed Nova, you need negative power. Very low power rating will increase the speed of the enemies. I can come back here and adjust these at any time, but in truth, this is the one I mainly use for being a support and slow Nova. It's very fun. Here are the stats. Please note there is a nice big difference in duration here. And the main part of when you use the final skill is it does that big net effect, that kind of bubble. That bubble lasts for a long time, so it's constantly bringing enemies in. And you know, with antimatter absorb being thrown out there, if I use that with the Supra, it blocks, takes damage, and allows me to buff it up myself. So we're gonna go in. Okay, let's see how this works. Let's run over here and we're gonna simulate a bunch of enemies. So I like these guys, so I'm gonna grab a couple of these. Boost them up. The levels is 65, by the way. Now, as a Nova, you activate your power first. Please note how big this net is. How long it is still lasting and still spreading and still getting enemies up. So I say, duration is a better system than just playing with stretch, because you can basically get close to it. Now, antimatters are controllable. When you shoot them out, use your right analog stick. You're the one used for, you know, looking. Bounce the cerata around. Please note, I did crit there a couple of times, and it does bounce fairly nice and return fast. Not as fast as like with whirlwind, but this is just kind of a good standard set. Now look, if you were getting shot up by Grenier, they would be hitting that, and I'm buffing that, so magnify that damage. Boom. Just dealt with a whole bunch of enemies. Now, we're going to go into the heavy impact glitch. And I run this on both Nova and Trinity now. So jump in the air, now do slam attacks. And you notice it didn't do it there, but look, boom. It increases my range and does a nice amount of slam. So it's kind of like a mini AoE slam. Kind of like your Orthos Prime build would do. That's actually what I was testing when I actually discovered this. So as you notice, it's gone now, but all I have to do is jump in the air, do a heavy impact, and I can do it again. Now, you would usually have these little dangly things around. Now look, got my HP back. It's like your own little personal med kit. See what I mean? You shoot an antimatter, boom. All you have to remember, in a real game, this supra would be giving me a whole bunch of energy. It'd be dealing magnetic AoE, it's dealing corrosive and heat right now, with a whole lot of puncture. That's what I find to be one of the best now from cerata. Now we'll just do basic attacks here with the cerata. Please note how fast this thing goes all of a sudden. That dealt pretty well, and that's not even fully maxed out, or with doing the slam attacks I was talking about. So let's do some just basic testing. The cerata versus the Glaive Prime, for my initial test, when thrown, I can do a stable roughly 5 to 6k, and that's using Spoil Strike and a couple of things just to buff the damage, but 5k is usually about what I would say is a safe bet without sacrificing too much. The cerata, on the other hand, as you note, can deal a variative attack. It can deal 1k, 3k, 4k, 24. I mean, it's all thanks to Organ Shower. If it criticals when doing that, it does a big area, and it does a lot of damage. So it can actually out-damage the Glaive Prime, but, you know, you have a likelihood of that. So, now here's using your power. This is what you would normally do this. You'd throw and do it. So that's going to take roughly 3 blasts. And that's a 65 enemy. You know, so take that as you will. This weapon still isn't all the way maxed. Okay, now let's do a channel throw. Normal throws, even channeling like this, will not do much to an enemy like that. See, like, now channel explosion is going to do a little more, but not much. Oh, gosh dang, can I just aim this thing? Just let the dog eat it. Good, Kubro, good. It's your daily dose of corrupted ancients. Now here, we're gonna spam power, so I'm gonna show you how many of these I can do total. Keep count. And in theory, you would not be doing this many times. You would be doing this over time, so you know, once in a while, and again, getting energy. Now we're gonna do our antimatter. Remember, as I said, you can't control it, so watch. I'm gonna bring all these back to me. Yes, my little minions. Mwah. Are you noticing how many of these things I can throw out? Now think, if I just put a few of these and I super blast them and enemies are attacking them, I've got a wall of shields here. So, thanks for watching. Hope this helped.